Massive news from Barcelona. The tension is rising behind the scenes at Camp Nou. Reports claim there's been friction between Hansi Flick and Lamine Yamal after the young star arrived late to training before the PSG match. But insiders are now saying the story may have political motives. Sources close to the club insist there's no real conflict, and that some people may be trying to destabilize Barcelona ahead of internal elections. Meanwhile, Barca's transfer radar is heating up. The club is now monitoring Hoffenheim striker Fisnik Asllani, a 23-year-old goal machine with a release clause and dreams of joining the Blaugrana. And that's not all. With injuries piling up, La Masia prodigy Pedro Fernandez could step into the spotlight against Girona this weekend. Flick continues to show faith in youth as Barca fights through one of the most intense phases of the season. Barcelona suspect rumors of friction between Flick and Lamine may have political and electoral intent. Earlier today, reports suggested that Barcelona manager Hansi Flick and young forward Lamine Yamal had a disagreement after the player arrived late to an activation session before the Champions League clash against PSG. According to these initial claims, Flick allegedly told Yamal that he would not start the match. Despite the report, Yamal still played, which supposedly caused confusion and tension within the squad. However, El Chiringuito TV has now clarified the situation. The outlet mentions that people close to both Flick and Yamal have strongly denied any serious disagreement between the two. The story appears to have originated from Yamal's late arrival, but insiders insist that the incident has been blown out of proportion. Club sources point to political motives. Notably, the report claimed that the situation escalated to the point where Deco, Barcelona's sporting director, had to intervene. El Chiringuito TV, however, paints a different picture. It is said that Flick was never in a position where his authority was undermined. The outlet emphasizes, if something like this had actually happened, he would have left Barcelona at that very moment, because his character does not allow him to accept interference of this kind. Within Barcelona, there is growing awareness that such rumors may have ulterior motives. Sources suggest that certain parties could be attempting to destabilize the club for political or electoral purposes. The club is reportedly taking steps to ensure that sporting stability is maintained and that external agendas do not affect the first team or its management. For now, the focus remains on upcoming fixtures, player development, and preparing the squad in the wake of injury issues. Both Yamal and Flick continue to work closely, with insiders stressing that the young forward's integration into the first team is progressing smoothly, and there are no internal conflicts affecting team morale. Barcelona growing worried about Lamine's day-to-day life, especially after friction with Flick. A new report from Masia has made a surprising revelation that there is growing tension inside Barcelona between Hansi Flick and Lamine Yamal. The issue reportedly began when the young winger arrived late to a pre-match session ahead of the Champions League clash against PSG. It is known that Flick has always been strict when it comes to discipline. The German coach is known for punishing players who show up late for training, team meetings, or matchday preparations. According to the report, Yamal's late arrival did not go down well with Flick, who told the youngster that he won't start against PSG. Despite that, Yamal still played, and this decision created confusion and frustration within the team. The situation became so tense that Deco, Barcelona's sporting director, had to step in to calm things down. However, Flick did not appreciate this intervention. He reportedly believes his authority was undermined, as he insists that all players must follow the same rules without exception. Barcelona's concerns about Yamal's lifestyle. The disagreement between Flick and Yamal is not the only issue worrying the club. Sources from within Barcelona have expressed unease about certain aspects of the youngster's personal life. As one source said, there is some concern about Lamine's day-to-day life. It's not alarming, but we don't like some of the things that have been happening with the player in recent months. We don't like the way he's been living and the life he's been leading. This has raised eyebrows inside the dressing room as well. Several players, including Jules Koundé, Rafinha, and Inaki Peña, have been punished for similar reasons, yet Yamal faced no such consequence. That inconsistency has not gone unnoticed among teammates. Flick remains determined to maintain discipline in the squad, and this episode could serve as an important test of his authority. Whether the coach continues to impose strict rules or adjust his approach after Deco's involvement remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that the harmony between Flick and Yamal may take time to restore, and Barcelona will be watching closely how both men handle the situation moving forward. Barcelona transfer news. Catalan giants could replace Robert Lewandowski with informed striker who has a written release clause. Barcelona are reportedly keeping a close eye on Hoffenheim striker Fisnik Asllani, with the Catalan outfit showing an interest in the Kosovo international. The 23-year-old scored 19 times during a loan spell at SV Elversberg last season before returning to Hoffenheim, and he has been in strong form for his German club at the start of the 2025-26 campaign. Asllani has scored 5 goals and registered 2 assists in 7 appearances this term, including 4 strikes and 1 helper in 6 outings in the Bundesliga. A number of clubs are believed to be keeping a close eye on Asllani, with Barcelona said to be among his admirers, and a move could occur during next summer's transfer window. Barcelona are monitoring Asllani, as the promising 23-year-old striker from Hoffenheim has a written release clause for next summer, German journalist Florian Plettenberg wrote on X. Barcelona monitoring Fisnik Asllani ahead of potential move. Barcelona have been informed. A move to a European top club is fully planned, and his future club are expected to compete in the Champions League. Barcelona are preparing to enter the transfer market next summer in search of a new striker, as it looks increasingly unlikely that Robert Lewandowski will extend his stay beyond his current contract, which runs until June 2026. Although Lewandowski's agent has stated that no final decision has been made, many around the club believe the Polish forward will move on next summer, prompting Barca to start planning for the future. The club's strategy is to find a young, talented attacker who can grow alongside players like Ferran Torres, and one of the names high on their list is Karl Etta Ayong from Levante. Another major target is Fisnik Asllani, Hoffenheim's 6'3" striker who came through the youth systems of BFC Dynamo and Union Berlin before breaking into Hoffenheim's first team in 2021. The Kosovar international has impressed with his strength, finishing ability, and aerial presence, making him a potential long-term replacement for Lewandowski at Camp Nou. The attacker spent the 2023-24 campaign on loan at Austria Vienna, scoring 5 times in 21 appearances, while he managed 19 goals and 10 assists on loan at Elversberg during the 2024-25 season. Asllani has excelled for Hoffenheim this term, while he has been capped on 10 occasions by Kosovo, scoring twice, having switched his international allegiance from Germany, who he represented at under-18s and under-20s level. La Masia prospect could earn crucial minutes against Girona as Barcelona struggle with injuries. According to an update from Sport, Barcelona are facing a fresh wave of injury problems ahead of their weekend clash with Girona, and it could open the door for academy talent Pedro, Fernandez to earn valuable first-team minutes. The youngster, one of La Masia's most promising players, has reportedly moved closer to a senior call-up in recent hours. With several key attacking players missing or doubtful, Hansi Flick may have little choice but to turn to the academy once again. Barcelona coach Hansi Flick is facing a major selection dilemma ahead of the crucial La Liga clash, with Dani Olmo, Rafinha, and Robert Lewandowski all ruled out due to injuries. On top of that, the fitness of Ferran Torres, Fermin Lopez, and Lamine Yamal remains uncertain, adding to the growing concerns in attack. To handle this crisis, Flick will need to carefully rotate his squad and manage his players' workload to avoid further setbacks, especially in the attacking midfield and forward positions. Amid these challenges, one bright spot has been the rise of Pedro Fernandez, the 17-year-old La Masia gem who continues to impress the coaching staff. Flick reportedly trusts Diarra's technical quality, composure, and creativity, which stood out during pre-season and earned him a starting spot against Real Sociedad. As injuries pile up, Diarra could be given another big opportunity, a clear sign that Flick's faith in Barcelona's young talents is stronger than ever. Flick is said to be very confident in his development and sees him as one of the brightest future prospects in the academy setup. So far this season, Diarra has already been included in 6 first-team matchday squads, gaining valuable experience and settling into the rhythm of top-level football. Now that he has overcome the initial nerves of his debut, the young talent seems ready to make a real impact. And that's the latest from Camp Nou Culers. Despite all the noise, Hansi Flick and Lamine Yamal remain focused on football, while the club fights to stay united amid rumors and political games. At the same time, Barcelona's scouting team is already planning for the future, with Fisnik Asllani emerging as a serious option to replace Lewandowski next summer. Plus, Pedro Fernandez could make his big La Liga breakthrough this weekend, proving once again that La Masia never stops producing talent. What do you think, Barca fans? Is the Flick-Yamal story real or just politics? Would Asllani be the right choice to lead Barca's attack in the future? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more daily Barcelona news updates.